Hi everyone, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I was at the APS DFD meeting last week, and it was a great meeting. And a great thing happened. I met one of you guys there. It was such a fun thing to happen. I wish I could meet more of you. Hopefully, definitely next year we're hosting in Salt Lake City. So if you're coming, feel free to let me know, and I'd love to meet with you and chat about everything going on. But today I wanted to briefly talk about giving a quick talk that's actually really good. At the DFD conference, I saw many PhD students and master students trying to present their work, and everyone is doing some great stuff. However, I found out that the 10-minute segment that is given to the speaker is usually not enough to deliver a good talk. So I have a few tips for you for 10-minute talks, and also in general, that have worked for me in the past. So I'll start with the first one, and that is very important. Do not read the title of your presentation. People can read it. It's displayed up there. People have had a minute to read it. So don't waste any time by reading the title, and just state your name and quickly jump to your talk. That's what people are there for. You only have 10 minutes. Don't waste your time reading something that's already up on the screen. Second, I found it to be interesting usually to just show your results first. In a way, you want to grab the audience. Usually when you go through a historical background and trying to kind of tell the story, people sometimes know this already, or they get bored, right? So but if you show them your results first, like the most important results, then you might captivate them and they might want to see more. So for example, for my talk, I showed them how I can reduce the time of a simulation, cutting it by half. And I showed them a simulation of a jet done in conventional methods and then with the proposed methods, and the time was cut in half, and people were apparently interested in learning more about how this was done. Do not dwell over the math. Although this is a technical conference, but mostly this is not a dissertation defense, right? So you don't want to dwell too much on the math. Show some of the math that is necessary, but make it very simple and accessible. And what I typically do, I just kind of write a form and say, don't worry about this, or put boxes in it, and I point them to one important term. My work has a lot of math in it, and it's hard. I know how hard it is, especially that you've immersed yourself in so much mathematics. I typically add one slide where I take a screenshot of all the math, or just dump all the math on that slide and tell them, look, this is how complex it is, and let's move on. Try to use a dark background. These rooms are dim usually, and when you have a dark background, then the white text, or kind of the lighter text, and lighter figures are gonna stand out more, as if they're floating in space. And finally, one of the best tips I've had is to try to get your heart pumping before the talk. So maybe run, get a drink of water, and run back like a minute before your talk. Your adrenaline is high, and you're more excited and focused, not distracted by the talk itself. Anyway, I hope these help, and I really hope to see you guys in Salt Lake City next year.